We're in Tokyo, Japan. The food culture here is incredible, so we're super excited to be filming a bunch of food videos. Let's get food hunting.
Tokyo. If you love to eat, that word alone is enough to get you excited. In this video, we're taking you to where the locals eat. We're checking out a 100-year-old institution churning out rice crackers, and then we're off to an old school standing bar for offal skewers. Liver, intestines and rectum, they serve it all. Get ready for some mouth-watering food.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate.
We hope you're hungry. Let's eat.
We've come to the suburb of Asakusa to visit a shop which has been here since 1914, and they make one thing and one thing only, and that is senbei or rice crackers. Let's go and see how they do it. We've picked up our senbei or our rice cracker, and how they make it is they take a rice dough and they leave it out in the sunshine for 3 days before cooking it. And when it comes to cooking the senbei, they do it right here in the shop. So you can watch the guys cooking them over charcoal. And there seems to be two types of grills. So there's one guy who's got the hot charcoal with just a wire rack, and then he's turning the senbei with a pair of really long chopsticks. And then the other guy has a senbei contraption, so the senbei are all lined up on a type of rack, and then he pulls the lever which flips the rack and the senbei over those hot charcoals. And then once they're done, they get dipped into a soy sauce mixture, and then that's it. This is it, the final product, and it's really hot still, and it has a beautiful smoky smell. Let's get into it. Well, it's super hard and it's very dry, but it's got a really beautiful aroma of roasted rice. So it's smoky and it's got a really strong rice flavour. It's really dry. The soy mixture that the rice cracker has been dipped into, it's got a really subtle salty flavour. The overwhelming flavour is that of the rice. It's really good.
That was a great first little snack for today's video. Really simple but super delicious. We're now heading to our next stop, but on the way there we're passing through one of the most popular tourist spots in Tokyo.
We are in Asakusa and we are going to head over to Sensoji Temple. It's a Buddhist temple and it's the oldest in Tokyo, and it is a really popular spot with travellers. So we decided we would grab a cold beer. We've left Asakusa and we've come to a different part of town to hunt down this izakaya or Japanese pub, which is famous for its grilled organ meats. Let's go.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou. This is a really neat izakaya. It's right on a street corner, so we're standing on the footpath. We've got a little table which is on some beer crates, and we've got some cold beers, crowds of workers heading home from work. All around us, smoke pouring out of from the grills, and we've got our first snack. So this is nikomi, which is a tripe and intestine. So we've got some beef intestine and some beef tripe. It's in a sort of a thin, oily liquid, and it has some nice finely cut spring onions on top. Just got to get a bit of everything to start off. Oh, come here. Alright, tripe and intestines. Oh yeah. That is really, really good. Sometimes intestines can be a little bit chewy and badly cooked. These are perfectly cooked. They've been slowly cooked in this liquid, so the liquid is super beefy. And then the intestines go down an absolute treat. Oh, there's a huge bit of tofu in there as well. So a bit of grilled tofu hiding underneath it all. That is delicious. I'm gonna get some more. So I've got some tofu and some intestines. Spring onions are like super fresh, so they're a little bit crunchy, tangy. And then I didn't have any tripe in that bite, but in the first bite I had tripe, and it's so soft. It's like a super soft, beautiful piece of fat just off the edge of a steak. That's what it tastes like actually. That is really, really tasty.
Thomas raved about this nikomi, so I have got to give it a go as well. And I've just put some red pepper flakes on that. Alright, let's get some tofu and some of that intestine. Oh man. That is beautiful. It doesn't look overly appealing, but the flavour is sensational. The intestines are really, really tender. Almost creamy in their texture. And then that red pepper just adds a little bit of spice. And then the spring onions, a real freshness. That is delicious. This place is famous for this, and this is tataki. So it is minced pig gristle, and they've sort of shaped it onto a skewer, and it's just bathing in this sort of oily sauce, and it's been sprinkled with maybe some dried spring onion or parsley, I'm not too sure. And the thing is, with this tataki, you're only allowed to order one per customer, and they only do 120 sticks a day. So luckily we got here really early and got our order in. Let's give it a taste. Oh my gosh. Gristle never tasted so good. That is insane. It's really crunchy from the bits of bone and the gristle, but it's got so much flavour. It's got a beautiful pork flavour, and then I think it's maybe chives, dried chives. They're giving it a beautiful sort of freshness. But man, let's go for another bite. A little bit sweet, very savoury, and a little bit salty. This is sensational.
These beers are going down a treat in this hot weather, but I want to try this dish that Sheena just had. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, that is beautiful. So it's like a really lightly packed sausage, obviously without the casing. So it's packed on there like a kebab would be. Really loose, really easy to eat. Packed with chives, and they're still a little bit crunchy actually. They haven't like gone to mush, they've just cooked down. And I love the crunchy bits. I think Sheena said bone, she meant cartilage. So there's just lovely little bits of cartilage in there that's sensational. I mean, a pig's cartilage skewer, that doesn't sound appealing, but that is really, really good.
2 ピースで1セットね。
レバー1つと、カシラお願いします。Okay, so we've ordered another round of beers and then an array of skewers. So these are the organ meats that this place is really famous for. And we've got some tepo, which is a pig's rectum, reba, which is a pig's liver, and then kashira, which is meat from the head. And then with it, there's a splodge of mustard, and also you can order either sauce or salt to go with it, and we opted for salt.
Sprinkle a bit of salt on this rectum. Now, I've never eaten rectum before, so I'll give it a little dunk in the mustard. It's beautifully charred. Whoa. It's a little bit chewy. It's got a sort of a fattiness to it. It's sort of slimy inside, a little bit chewy, nice and crunchy on the outside. That mustard is really, really strong. It's quite spicy, like chili sort of spicy. Well, not mustard spicy, you know, hot. So a hot mustard. Oh, okay. Now I'm really starting to get the flavour of the rectum. It's good. Really good. It tastes a little bit like intestines. That is very tasty, quite chewy. I've still got quite a lot in my mouth. But not chewy in a uncomfortable way. It doesn't feel like I'll just be chewing for hours and not getting anywhere. It feels like I'm just chewing to get the flavour out. That is really tasty and quite salty from that salt. That salt is very strong, quite sulphury. It's really nice.
I'm going to give this reba, or the pig's liver, a go. So you can see that it's sort of a little bit charred, where it's been over that hot charcoal, and then there's already salt on there, but I might just add a little bit more and then swipe it through that mustard, or give it a little dab. Alright. That mustard went right up my nose. It's really strong. That's really good. The liver has been cooked to perfection. It's not gritty. It's really creamy. It's got a beautiful flavour. It's not overly tasting of iron, if you know what I mean. Sometimes liver can taste very offal-like in a bad way. This doesn't. It's beautiful. It's very creamy, very rich, and then the bits where it's hit that charcoal, where it's had that heat from the charcoal on it, are slightly bit crispy. That's really good.
Now let's have this kashira, so the meat from the head of the pork, and you can see these massive fatty bits at the end and then some nice meaty bits in the middle. So once again we'll just salt that a little bit. I want to get some mustard on a meaty bit and a fatty bit, and I want to get the fatty bit and that meaty bit in one. Oh, that mustard is insane. It's so strong. It just goes straight up your nose. It's really good. Oh, that fat, so juicy. There's a little bit of a crust on the outside where it's been sitting on the charcoals. A little bit caramelized, and then the inside's really juicy, so popped with juice. And the meaty bit, it's completely the opposite. It's very lean, so it's just got a beautiful meatiness to it. It's not just fattiness, so it's a really good contrast when you get the bite with the fat and the meat from the head. So because it's head meat, it's very soft, but it's nice and lean. Well, that is very, very tasty. I love the caramelized charcoal bits all along the outside of both bits of that as well. So on the fat and the meat, you've got this burnt, caramelized, beautiful flavor. Really good.
That was my kind of heaven. Standing on the street, drinking cold beer, really delicious, smoky, barbecued meats. It was perfection.
That was a great experience at that izakaya. We loved it, but we've got to be totally honest. It's a couple of days later. We really enjoyed the beers that went with those skewers.
Probably a bit too much. A
little bit too much, and so we never got around to filming any more food for that video. So this one's going to be just those two things. Both were awesome.
The izakaya was a really local spot, and that rice cracker shop was it was really cool to observe them making those rice crackers. So if you're in Tokyo, definitely visit both of those spots if you get a chance. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button, lots more Tokyo food videos, and then after Tokyo we head to Indonesia, so tons more food videos to come.
And if you're in Tokyo, check out where we are now. We're on the roof of the Central Post Office and it has an incredible view of Tokyo Station. It's really neat.
Pop a comment down below, let us know what you thought of this video, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you want to support more Chasing a Plate content, check out our Patreon page. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. Mata ne!
Mata ne!